Hello, I'm Chaplain Megan Rohr, the Community Chaplain Coordinator for the San Francisco Police Department, and today I want to tell you a little bit about our course on trauma care and compassion fatigue. But first, a little bit about myself. I am a Lutheran pastor, ordained, and have worked at Presbyterian congregations, Episcopal congregations, Lutheran congregations. I'm currently the pastor at Grace Lutheran in San Francisco's Sunset District, in addition to my duties at the San Francisco Police Department. I have a doctorate in ministry from the Pacific School of Religion, and I am also a nationally certified crisis chaplain. I'm trained in multiple modalities of trauma care and have experience at several different critical incidents, including the Ghost Ship fire and the UPS shootings that happened in San Francisco. I am incredibly passionate about this work, about training chaplains, because I really believe it's one of the places where we can be support for people who are in an emergent situation, both those who are victims of a crime, those who are families who have lost loved ones, and then also the first responders who are caring for our communities and trying to keep people safe. Our ministry of presence that we provide can go a really long way to help improving our beautiful city of San Francisco. But I also have a 5 and a 6-year-old. I have a wife. I have several cats. I love to scuba dive and do large art projects. Like I made a 13-foot tall Jesus puppet that marched in the San Francisco Pride Parade. So I like to balance out some of the work that I do that's maybe a bit more emergent and serious with things that are also good self-care outlets. And hopefully, if you participate in our class, you'll learn how to balance some of those things too, both caring for people and caring for yourself. At our day-long training, you will be able to learn about ways that you can begin learning about becoming a community chaplain, and that will include you taking time to share your name and what faith community you come from, a significant trauma experience that's important to your life, and then also listening to other people's experience, reporting them in a group, learning about other people in our community who have such a wealth of experience and information that we can learn from each other. If you would like to share any of that information with me prior to coming to the class, I encourage you to send me an email, Megan, megan.rohrer @sfgov.org. And our being able to share with each other what our experiences are and what our passions are and the ways that we are able to engage with each other just makes our experience better, makes it easier to discern if this is a ministry that can be helpful for you. But if you do make it to our class on trauma care and compassion fatigue, you will learn about the best practices that are used in caring for members of the San Francisco Police Department. Sergeant Art Howard from the Behavioral Services Unit, who cares for people in addiction recovery and does suicide prevention for the department, will come and share some of the information about trauma care and what that looks like long term. And so you can learn more about what the SFPD provides as training for its own officers. You'll get to learn the SAFER R model, which is a critical incident stress technique in caring for people within the first 72 hours of trauma. You'll learn about orienting, basically how to go to a place where people are recovering from an emergency, and how to even just start a conversation. What kinds of things can scientifically be helpful with that, even if you don't talk. There are ways that you can simply have people look around a room that can help them recover from trauma, even if you don't have the same language abilities that they have. Acknowledging and listening to how people have experienced a trauma as a part of our training will also help you have conversations with people about what experiences after a trauma are normal, which ones might need follow-up care, and how to encourage people in effective recovery, how to help refer people to outside agencies. We'll teach you about what compassion fatigue is. Some people call it burnout, how to take care of yourself so you don't get injured in the practice of helping people, how to come up with self-care practices that will also support you, and then also best practices in death notifications in case we need to tell people that their family or loved one has passed away or died. If you come to the course, you can expect that there'll be 10-minute breaks at the end of each hour so that you can take care of your bodily needs. We're going to use mostly fictitious examples to try to not trigger people. So if you've got your own history of trauma and you're nervous that it might be too much for you, you can expect that we're going to care for you and try not to trigger any of those memories. Everybody who participates gets a certificate that says that you were there. But if you want to learn more about how to become a chaplain, a community chaplain for the San Francisco Police Department, we'll tell you about all of the additional learning steps that are required in that, including a background check and some additional classes through the Community Police Academy, and some work in partnership with the medical examiner's office that you can complete to take your knowledge to the next level of training. I am an employee of the San Francisco Police Department, but I want to let you know prior to coming to the class that I work about 20 hours a week for the police department. So if you want to get in touch with me, or you're having trouble coordinating via email, or you're wondering why I didn't get back to you, know that I typically work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so if you email me on a Friday, it might feel like a long wait until Tuesday if that's when I'm able to email you back. But know that I am so excited for you to be a part of this course, and the fact that you're watching this video leads me to believe that you have a heart for this kind of work. And even if you aren't interested in partnering with the San Francisco Police Department in learning how to do trauma care or crisis disaster chaplaincy, you can send me an email or give me a phone call anyway, and I will support you the best I can in your journey. Before I end this video, I just want to tell you a little story about why the lessons in this course are important to me. And that's because I have a cousin who is a firefighter, and I was home at my grandmother's house, and he was sharing with me how much it had taken a toll on him to be a first responder, to continuously be reaching out to try to care for people, and what harm it had done to him psychologically and spiritually and emotionally to only see people on their worst days. And he wished that he had had access to care kind of throughout his work life. And he was thankfully taking professional steps to be able to care for himself now that he recognized that it was a difficulty for him. But I want to be able to provide support for folk before they get to that burnt out place, to help people take care of themselves and to provide them with the resources that are around. Now that we live in an age where you can't just open the yellow pages and figure out which pastor is nearby an emergency or a death or a fire, it's a lot harder to get in touch with people who can provide support. And everyone in San Francisco benefits the more we learn about how to care for each other and how to communicate with each other. So thank you for your interest in this course. I hope you will join us, and I will provide information below about how you can sign up for the next learning opportunity. Take care, everybody.